today, that's right, today, Thursday, Robertson County, North Carolina, where it is cold. It's going to get colder. But we are in fall, going into winter. The nature of the video today. Nature of the video today. It's more local here to where I'm at. But it has to do with our Second Amendment and our right to defend ourselves. See, last night a friend of mine sent me a message about a shooting that happened just down the road in Lumberton, North Carolina last night at a junior high. Yeah, you heard me right, at a junior high. There was a kids' football game going on. We're finishing up. And there was a shooting. There was one night before last, right here where I live, in the Family Dollar parking lot. There doesn't really a day go by here in Robeson County, up the road in Cumberland County, and Jerry Parker, you can attest to that. I think that there's always some kind of shooting going on around here. Now, the reason I want to bring this up is, one, the left, those communists that are still in Washington, D.C., the communists that are in our local government, even though North Carolina actually had a red wave in this state. But the communists, the hypocritical leaders of the left are going to come out and they're going to say we need to get guns off the street. You know, a few months ago, Fayetteville had this buyback program. And from what I heard, all they got was a bunch of scrap. I don't know what else they were expecting to get. Because criminals are not going to turn in their guns, no matter how much amnesty you promise them. They're already breaking the law. So what do they care? But the left's solution is to disarm the law-abiding citizenry, the people that actually go and get training or continue to train in the use of a firearm to protect themselves, their family, and their possessions. Not that all your possessions, but I mean your home. Or someone invades you while you're in your car. Okay. Somebody gets in your house and is going out with the TV, don't shoot them. Just file that on your insurance. Open up more can of worms than it's worth. Bottom line, though, is the liberals, communists, because that's really what they are going to argue harder for these stronger gun control measures. And now that the midterms are technically over, you know, the Republican conservatives got the House back. But there's already infighting, but there's been infighting in the Republican Party for the last 20 years. I don't have any faith that they're going to get anything done for the next 2 years. They might stall some things, but I don't think they're going to get anything done. But you hear about this going on all across the nation, shooting here, shooting there. And that's why we in the 2A community need to be more vocal, more adamant about protecting our rights and being able to pass those rights on to our children, our grandchildren, etc., so forth. So with that, I would encourage you, one, If your state requires you to have a concealed carry permit, you don't have one, go do what it takes to get one. All right. Secondly, if you're in a constitutional carry state, even better, go and get training. It's one thing to have a handgun, a firearm to protect yourself and your family and not need it, and you have it, but it's another thing to have it and not know how to use it. Well, what do you mean, old soldier? It's one thing to go to a range and shoot at paper targets that don't shoot back. It's one thing to go shoot at a stationary target that don't shoot back. And you can go back through some of my past videos where I talk about building up your heart rate before you shoot, okay? I'm not telling you to go out and run a marathon and then go to the range and shoot, but there are certain things you can do on the range to exercise. And I'm going to be doing some of those videos on the JNL Shooting Academy page here soon. Also talking about how to get off the X in an engagement. Okay. How to protect people around you. God forbid you come into an engagement. Things of that nature, folks. So I'm going to close with this. Anyway, that's for you, Brother Kyle, as always. But if you haven't done so, folks, seek out and get some additional training. If you want to know some places to go, I would tell you, going to the U.S. Concealed Carry Association's website. If you're not a member, consider joining. I'll put a link down below for a free guide from the Concealed Carry Association. But consider joining. One of the benefits, they've got a ton of free online training. There are some online training that you have to pay to take, but I tell you what, they're well worth it. They're well worth it. Also, there's a magazine you get about every 45 days that has articles with tips and points and training drills that you can conduct. Very informative. Especially if you're old school like me, like to read out of a book or a magazine, as opposed to sitting there hitting a button and flipping pages that drives your eyeballs crazy. But consider joining. There's also legal protections that you can gain by joining the USCCA, but I'm not a salesman in that regard. Just check them out for yourself and make your own decision. But I'd highly encourage you to look at it and strongly consider it. And with that, my friends, stay safe. Keep your eyes open, your ears to the ground. Keep your neck on a swivel. Stay safe. God bless us. Your friendly neighborhood old soldier out.